Assalamu alaikum. Hey, how are you guys? It's April Joy, Barakah Muslima. And tonight, of course, is for insurance, protection, and stability. This won't be a very long live tonight. However, I want to make sure that you leave and with something and prepare for the next week, right? And prepare for our next live on Wednesday, where we will be talking about financial literacy. First and foremost, this first week has been amazing. I'm so grateful and thankful for everyone who has joined, who has engaged with me, and who has participated. Also, a reminder that once these lives are done, they are downloaded and added to my YouTube, which is the Barakah Blueprint with April Joy. The Barakah Blueprint with April Joy. So please follow me, subscribe to my YouTube, where you can find other videos that I'll be posting. All of my lives will be there if you want to go back and check them out. Or if you want to share one that, resonated with you along the way, you can go back and share that video with one of your friends and family, or whomever else may be interested in learning about the things that I am sharing with you guys. So let me just ask you guys a question, right? What would happen if your income suddenly stopped? How many of you have months of mortgage or rent payments, car payments, insurance payments? How many of you have that amount to save you for, or to pay the bills for a few months or year, potentially, depending on what the reason was for your income to have stopped? Excuse me. So that's the first question. What would happen if your income suddenly stopped? For a lot of people, they would start leaning on their savings, whatever savings they may have. But a lot of people are unable to, or have not been able to, save enough to cover even 1 month of their entirety of their bills, let alone 6 months or a year. So we need to consider those things when we're talking about protecting our family if something happens, if the income stops, if one of the adults that provide income stops working for whatever reason, no longer has that income. What happens, right? So most families will protect their phones, we protect our cars before our income. And our income is what pays for us to protect those other things. But if we lose that income, we lose those things. So we need to start protecting our income. Okay? Why income is the foundation of stability? We have to pay bills. We have to be able to live. And if we can't pay bills in one location, eventually we won't be in that location. And that will lack some stability for us. Right? So income is very important. Number one is the belief in God, right? Because God is the one who maneuvers us through life and puts us in positions to receive income. That's first and foremost. And then also, once he gives you the ability to go out and start making an income, how do we protect it? Okay? Along life's journey, there will be or could be unexpected illness, injury realities, right? Because we never know what's going to happen as we go out to work every day. It is a blessing for us to go to work or to leave our home to go anywhere and to return home safely. So we never know though, right? Accidents are happening every day here in Atlanta. Traffic and accidents and road work and everything else, creates more possibilities for you to be in some type of unexpected or have some type of injury. So we want to make sure that you're protected if that happens. Okay? The emotional stress of being financially unprepared. Okay? Now that you will, as we go along this, will learn more about how to protect your income and how to get started saving, working from a real budget, investing, things like that. You will eventually come to a place where you'll be less emotionally stressed by your finances. However, to begin with, that sometimes is the reason why people don't go and get life insurance that has the living benefits or any additional supplemental insurance outside of their job. But what we have to understand is, and anybody, you should be able to attest this. Now, there are a lot of people that stay on their jobs for 10, 15 years, and that may work out very well for them. Most people these days do not stay in jobs or with one company for more than 5 years, right? So, and sometimes less, depending on the situation. So if you're moving from job to job and the only life insurance and the only benefits that you have are with your employer, when that employment stops, you lose those benefits or you pay a lot more. Now, I also work with Colonial Life that does business to business. So we are also able to provide those benefits to your company. If you work for an employer and your benefits are not, as great as you would like them, or they're more costly, you can reach out to me for that too. And we can talk to the person at your company that handles your employee benefits. And maybe we can offer them benefits that fit your need. But that also, one of our guarantees with Colonial is that when you leave that job, you take that group rate that you had with you. You don't have to worry about the expenses of COBRA and all the additional costs. They're trying to figure out where you can get insurance or starting a new insurance plan or any of those things. You'll be able to take those things with you, right? But just overall, working for a company, when you leave that company, you could move over your 401k to another company. It's a lot of things that you could do. But if you go ahead and establish the insurances that you need for your life and death benefits, as well as additional supplemental for cancer or critical illness, injury, if something was to happen to you, to make sure that you have cash that would be able to be provided to you for you to get the treatment you need and maintain your bills, so that you don't have that additional emotional stress of losing things because you can't provide an income anymore because of an injury or an illness. So planning before emergencies happen, right? It's very hard to be reactive. We do it. We're very reactive, right? But it's so much better when you have been proactive and you already have a plan. You already say, okay, if this happens, I will be able to move this way or that. I can go into my life insurance and pull some cash value. I can, lean on the critical illness insurance that I have, or the cancer insurance that I have, or whatever that is. But you'll be able to lean on that if you have a well thought out plan. So there's a lot of things that I do with World System Builders, which is the other agency that I work for, where we do individual policies with people. So you don't have to be a business owner. You don't have to go to the person at your job that, takes care of your employee benefits. You and I can sit down one-on-one and go over your budget, go over your, expenses, as well as how much insurance you actually need to be properly protected, so that you can have planned before the emergencies happen, right? So that you can also be able to pull from that money down the line and potentially help your kids with college, first-time home purchase, starting a business. There are so many benefits, but what we have to consider with the benefits is the things that could cause us to have to pull from that benefit, and being realistic that these things are happening every day. You may hear the raindrops. It's raining outside. Alhamdulillah. Mashallah. Everything is good. But being prepared helps you from the emotional, and mental stress. And those types of stress go into physical distress. And now you're having, health issues that you don't even need to worry about, because you've already prepared, you've already planned, and you know how to move forward with something if your income suddenly stopped. Make sure to join me every Monday at 6 p.m. where we talk about insurance, protection, and stability. On Wednesday, we talk about financial literacy, so we go a little bit deeper into budgeting, debt, credit, and how those things affect your day-to-day. On Thursday, you get real, raw, authentic conversations with Barakata Muslima at 8 p.m. And we talk about whatever. I had a lot of questions about hijab, about becoming Muslim, things of that nature. So feel free to join any of those. I also have another live on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Actually, this Saturday, I will be doing a tour and going through a program with Invest Atlanta, where they will be discussing the options for having or offering up to $20,000 in down payment assistance. So I am trying to assist you all with whatever I can. I want to partner with you on figuring these things out and protecting your income, protecting your assets, and building legacy. That is very important. Those some questions I just want to leave with you before I get off tonight is, have you experienced a financial emergency you weren't prepared for? And I can answer yes. You never know when you may have to put a pause on your full-time work to take care of a loved one, a parent, a child, a spouse, a sibling. You don't know. And you want to be prepared. So if you've ever experienced a financial emergency that you weren't prepared for, call me, text me, 678-656-2154, and we can discuss how to get you prepared for the next emergency that may arise at any time. Okay? Let me ask you this too. Do you think that most people are financially protected enough today? In this economy, the way the expenses, food costs, gas costs, etc., electric, all of the things have increased tremendously, and the incomes have not, right? So what we have to do is learn strategies to maximize our income and invest our income in ways that we will continuously have a backup plan and that your family is financially protected. Because right now, as I said, most people can barely have 1 month of their entirety, not just the rent, the entirety of their expenses, whether it be $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. Most people don't have 1 month in the bank. But what if you get ill and you're out for 3 or 4 months? What happens in that time? 6 months, a year. What happens in that time? I want to help you be prepared. I want to help you protect yourself, your assets, and your family. I would love to help you with the help of God, mashallah, to be a homeowner, to build a legacy for your children and for yourself. If you ever want help understanding your options, my DMs are always open. You can DM me here. You can text or call me at the number I've provided. And my email address is april.martinez@metrobrokers.com. Okay? I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to discuss financial literacy. On Thursday at 8 p.m. to discuss and have real conversations with Barakata Muslima. And Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to discuss home ownership and real estate. I look forward to partnering with each and every one of you. I thank you so much for joining tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.